It's always finalized towards the result that I want to obtain. It always has a purpose. It always has a very defined function. Things can always change and evolve, but once you've learned the method, you can do it in any time, in any moment. Con voi, my name is Gazza Solidago, and I'm one of the teachers of the School of Alchemy of Damanhur. I would like to introduce you now to the third year of the School of Alchemy. While the first year focuses on the body, on the alchemical laboratory that we have at our disposal in every moment of our life, and the second year explores and experiences the field, the aura, the beyond, let's say, that is around us, our subtle body of our laboratory. In the third year, we will go into specializing different subjects so that then you can find your preferred topic, your preferred specialization, so to say. We will get more in depth into the exploration of the body, especially in the direction of wellness and healing, and learning how the energy is produced. How is it produced? Where does our body produce the energy that is always moving inside of us? And where does it move inside of us? How does it flow? Where is it refined in all its different functions, so to say? And we will also learn methods to improve the quality of our health and the quality of our energy flow in our body. Of course, knowing the theory and then practicing, experimenting, experiencing it. We will learn the alchemy of art. Art is a universal language. It's a world of its own. You see how diverse the subjects are in this sense. It's super interesting to explore different weekends of different worlds, and how to prepare your colors, how to make alchemy in creating something that can be alive, that can have a precise function that will resonate then with you personally and work with you. Tools that will be available for you, for your growth, for your desired outcome. And architecture, sound, magical instruments is another field of application, of exploration of this third year. And in particular, we will make our tool, make our personal magical instrument. It's like in the third year you've learned a lot on the laws of magic, their interaction. You've learned so much that you can create your own tool, your own personal tool. We will create in specific a mirror, a magical mirror, that will be, of course, very personal for each one, because every one of us is a different expression, a different representation of the whole universe. And so we will have, of course, a different tool, and we will find different ways and different meanings and different functions that we want our mirror to have. So it's super interesting to create this together, learning from the others, and experiencing also what you really need inside in that moment of your life. Of course, it's always the alchemy relates always to the moment, and then things can always change and evolve, but once you've learned the method, you can do it in any time, in any moment. What is a magical instrument? If you think about it for a moment, can you think of some magical instruments? Maybe you can think of some wands, maybe you can think of some ancient traditions who held magical tools like staffs, or including the crown of the kings, or different chalices. The magical instruments can have, in fact, very different functions. In alchemy, nothing is general. We cannot say that there is a general magical instrument. Never. It's always finalized towards the result that I want to obtain. It always has a purpose. It always has a very defined function. And so, for instance, there's instruments that are staffs and wands that can trace. It means they can define a space that is isolated from the rest of the space that is outside, that will have characteristics that I can keep clean and pure, and work in a space that is dedicated. We will have a personal wand and staff prepared for us specifically on our frequency, that will become like a representation, a representative of ourselves. In this sense, in the third year, in the creation of a magical instrument, we will make a mirror. What is the function of a mirror? We can imagine a mirror that reflects, and we can imagine a mirror that can focus, because when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we will focus on specific details that we're interested in. And we can imagine a mirror that can amplify, can expand. So the mirror has different functions. And can we make one mirror with different functions? Why not? We can talk about it. Everything is possible. We can make a mirror that can have different functions depending on the use I make of it. We can make one mirror for each specific function. And how can we personalize our instrument? How is it that it becomes magical? Why is it magical compared to a normal mirror that I can use? Our attention, our perception is able to bring an energy. We always say, different traditions say, that the sword that is thought of is stronger than a sword that is not thought of. So where we bring our attention, we are reinforcing. We are, thanks to our perception, we are making that object more real, more in tune with us also, because it's like we are putting our energy into it. And so in this direction, I would like to invite you to a little experiment, if you like. If you would like to find an object, any object that you would like to put your attention on, but it can be a pen that you have there next to you, or it can be whatever you have there, without going too far to look for it. And once you've found it, I would like to invite you to hold it in your hand. I imagine in my example that it's a pen, but it can be whatever you have found, whatever you've chosen. I would like to invite you to put all your attention through your sight. Look with your eyes at this object, all its details, its colors. Move it to really look at it in all its parts, behind, over, to the left, to the right. Look at it with a sentiment inside of you of amazement. This pen, I'm saying the example of the pen, this object is amazing. Look at its color, how beautiful it is. With a sense of surprise, with a sense of discovery. And look at it in all its parts. Then we turn off the sight. Our sight is so dominant, especially nowadays. It's like we've delegated to sight a lot of the faculties of the other senses. It's become very, very dominant. Let's close our sight. Let's close our eyes. And now focus on touch. Feel the texture. How does it feel? Interesting. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it smooth in all its parts? How does it feel when I touch? And now that you have perceived, that you've brought your attention through also this sense, you can try and taste it with your eyes closed so you can feel more. What does it taste like? Is it a metallic taste? Is it, what does it taste of? You're very open. You're very curious to taste this object that you've chosen. And now, move your attention to smelling. With your eyes closed again. Smell. We have lost, unfortunately, a lot of the faculty of smell. Imagine how many more smells we could perceive when we were living in a cave, prehistory. Our senses were so much more developed. We were so much more intelligent, even if we think that progress has made us more intelligent today. What does it smell of? What does it smell like? And now, open your eyes again. How do you see this object now? What has changed in your relation to this object? Now that you have perceived it, now that you have taken it inside of you in a way, now that you can resonate with it in a different way. This can be applied to all the fields of our life, of course. And in the course of the magical instruments, which is one of the weekends of the school, we will of course get more in detail in the deeper meanings and methods to prepare something magical, something that has then an energy, learning what energy is about, how we can produce it, and how all of this beautiful world works. I hope you have enjoyed this moment together, and I hope to see you soon in Damanhur or in the world. Convoy.